Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, my beauties, my lovelies, my royalty. How are you guys doing? My ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I have to start remembering that gentlemen might be listening because, they might be bothered by all of the things I say about men, and especially the male haters that I've gotten so much of extremely. Yeah. Sometimes part of me hopes it opens eyes. I know I'm going to get a lot of haters. I know I'm going to get a lot of people who's going to still throw like threats at me and things like that, which you're just pouring more tea for me to serve to everybody else around me, Anyway. But okay. This episode, yeah, I keep switching back and forth on what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to talk a lot today because Mother's Day and then another important day and a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs. And then I had like the person who they showed me so much about themselves all in one weekend about how much they had my back. And I didn't know that I could depend on that person as much as I did then. So I cherish that. And I learned about a okay, it's new to me. It's an older game, but now I love it. And now I'm like, okay, we will conquer. It's called Overcooked. And I'm going to talk about that's going to be a totally different episode because while looking at this or playing the game and observing and stuff, not only do they have disability, like just representation, and like my boyfriend says he saw it before, but now he sees it differently now that he's dating me, and he sees more about the importance of that. So I cherish that. I love that. But then the game itself, yeah, I want to start looking up games that will help, like that should be used for marriage counseling, because this game might help solve some of the communication barriers within relationships. Because, I don't know, it was just kind of funny because, like, it's like I'm brand new to the game and he's already played the game before. So there's times where I'm like, oh, I see there's a lot of this one and blah blah blah. So I'm getting like, so anyways, I'll talk about it later. But I just thought it was really cool, and I kind of noticed how, like, we still have some things to work out and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I would look at and notice what he's doing more, and and how to get ahead. It's like I would be, or I would like, no, okay, I started looking at his patterns and what he would do, and I'm like, oh, okay, so if he's doing that, I know he's going to do this next. So, and I know he doesn't want to do these things, so I'm going to do the steps that I know he probably won't be wanting to do, and so that way it's already done. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I want to play more of those types of games because I thought that was so cool. If you've never played, it's on Steam. I'm planning on getting that for Steam too because I want to play on Twitch, and now I'm like, yeah, I am gonna conquer that game on Twitch. So yeah, but this episode, it's gonna be talking politically and dating nightmares and everything, but it's something that I saw, I think about almost 2 weeks ago, where this one no good Republican jerk. Not all Republicans are bad, okay? I know I talk like majority of the time it's about the bad ones, but I've mentioned to you guys how like Anna from The View, she's Republican. Like I like her. I like if Republicans were like that, I don't want to go to. We can go to brunch. We could talk. We could chat. If those were the Republicans at my church, I'd be cool. Like I wouldn't feel so brainwashed. I wouldn't feel so backstabbed and just lied to. And but then I don't think that I would have gotten the ABUSC for my mom and stuff, but in the trauma and the low self-esteem and everything, because everything they taught destroyed so many parts of my life. So, and then their expectations family wise, like I'm already a gray sheep. And so trying to not be a gray sheep and trying to follow the church guidelines, especially when it comes to family and kids and everything like that. It's like, and I didn't want to be a stereotype. But now, yeah, does it suck? Yes, definitely. But at the same time, yeah, I've learned. And that's why it's like, yeah, my church would probably, yeah, it's a sin to hate. So they'd probably do what, like the emotion that they're allowed to, even though there's church hate. Yeah, they say don't hate, but they do. But then they say it's because they're sinning, and yeah, because even with everything with LGBTQ and everything like that, and if you've been listening to what a lot of the pastors have said about LGBTQ, yeah, because some of these petty, like, the petty people in their congregation. Oh yeah, I like you. I like you. Yeah, you're recording what the pastors are saying and then putting it up on YouTube and everything for the world to see. I like you. You're my type of people. See, I want to go out to lunch, sushi, like dinner, like what I like. Oh, I was like, I was just talking to my honey about the Cheesecake Factory too. Like we both haven't been in a while, so but anyway, like yeah, it's like I'd be like, oh, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Let's dish, let's talk, let's spill that petty tea. But one thing that one of these Republican people said, honeys, babies. Mm. Oh, and down below, tell me what do you love ordering from the Cheesecake Factory? And if you like it or if you don't, because yeah, it's like, yeah, I've heard it from like some people think it's like overrated, stupid, dumb, menus too generic and not seasoned, like, and but then I hear other people like glorifying and saying how amazing and stuff, but I think like the brunch or the breakfast foods are better. That's what I'm hearing and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know. So because yeah, I've only been like a couple times, I think 2 or 3 times in my life, so, and I haven't been in like over 7 years. So, yeah, because it was before COVID. Yeah, anyway, so let me know. But the thing that the Republican guy was saying that was annoying, like really frustrated, and it just shows how Republicans got what they voted for. Okay, and yeah, some of them were like, oh, I thought you said you like some. Okay, some, some. If you voted for the orange man, I remember that whole like the CK what he said about empathy. Yeah, I don't have empathy for you if you voted for this. I don't, because you got what you asked for. If you voted for this, why am I gonna have sympathy when you got what you asked for? Why am I gonna have pity when you got exactly what you wanted? You say you didn't want it, but you hurt. We all heard, black women, we heard what he said he was going to do. We paid attention to what he was going to do. I don't know if black women, like, I think black women, we have just faced so much trauma. We have gone through so much. We have been backstabbed so many times to the point where we just know. And I know since I stay up on politics and stuff, I heard when he was at that fancy little dinner with all of his millionaire and billionaire friends, he said he was going to make sure he got them richer. He was going to get them more money. How much money has he made during this presidency alone? How many times has he made just going golfing at his golf clubs? How many times has he been golfing? Let's think about this. Let's think about that. You know? How many businesses has his sons started, and also how many that like involve the war. So how much money are they making even off the war? And how much money is his youngest son making? And it's off of the same people they're deporting's culture. The irony, the coincidence, the questions I have on that. Mm. And then even his little coin, how much money did he make off that coin? And then he had the nerve to have that whoever owns the most of that coin can go to dinner with me. So then he could just make more money off that. And then Melania has her coin too. And then that Detroit pastor, that black guy, yeah, he has his own like coin too. Like a lot of the people that follow him, like right after his presidency, started their own coin. And they were trying to like brag about him, have like talk about him. And oh, I'm gonna be talking all about pastors and like the church, like especially yeah, my baby really. Oh, he got me the book too. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be starting it tonight. Yeah, yeah. There's so many things I need to start this week, but yeah, I'm kind of excited. And but anyway, when it comes to religion and the right, I don't have pity. I don't. For a lot of the pastors who said, if you don't vote Republican, don't come back. If you don't vote Republican, you're not a Christian. If you don't vote Republican, like they were saying so many awful, terrible, despicable, poorly educated, naive, vile things that got us in this situation in the first place. So do I have empathy, sympathy, or compassion for them? No, I don't, not a drop. Because I need to save my empathy. I need to save that empathy for the homeless. I need to save that empathy for the 92% of the black women who are suffering and that either got demoted or fired because of DEI, which half this, like this country still doesn't even understand the definition of DEI. I've told some of my stories about employment and how companies didn't want to hire me because of my disability and my race and my gender. But then so like, oh, when I debated about this on Facebook, so many of the white men, so many of the colonizing no good white men, well, you probably weren't qualified. You don't even know what jobs you could probably apply for. It's like, oh, what are your qualifications? Why do you think that you were qualified for those jobs? Mm, okay. Mm. So now it's like, so now I'm being blamed, even though I applied for marketing and advertising jobs. And I have my MBA in marketing, and or I have been a promotional model for 12 years, and or like I was an intern and worked like for companies and did their marketing and things, even though some of the companies they weren't really like it was just, oh yeah, I got stories. But it's just funny how like whenever black women would get into the conversation and say their side, automatically they would say like, don't talk, don't speak, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what jobs you can apply for, just automatically just acting like the black women just we don't know any better. And it's just like, but then you look at those white men that they were quizzing and questioning about how they took the money away from grants and things. They didn't have any experience. They didn't have any experience. They put it in AI and put DEI and then said, don't include these words. And if they saw LGBTQ, if they saw black, if they saw people like people of color, yeah, if they saw those keywords, they took it out. But if they saw white, if they saw man or white, Caucasian, that's fine. How come that's fine? How come that's okay? Within our government, they're not allowed to say black though, or woman or female. They can't say those words. But then when it comes to sicknesses and diseases, there are diseases that are more concentrated within the African American community. But we have to remember within history, they had no problem putting special candy throughout the like African American community, can we? And then they still want to do be hush, hush, hush on that one. Okay. And then Black Lives Matter, what do they turn around? All lives matter. And then, oh, don't forget Candace Owens and Kanye. And then some of these other people, they want to do the White Lives Matter and everything because they were trying to hush us up. We've been trying to tell you, we've been trying to warn you. They don't care anything about us. We've been listening and people of color especially, they didn't care about us. They didn't care if we get dragged. As long like cuz they're not black, so. But now some of them are waking up and they're like, "Oh, our bad," or black people help us now. They want to trick us like the white women did back in the day during the suffrage and the like white women vote like when they want to get their right to vote. Black women help us. We'll help you right after. No, we learned that trick. We learned that trick. We can't even get the Crown Act passed. Like we had white women who like and yeah, Republican women see, and this is why I'm saying I don't there's so many Republicans I don't trust. I don't trust. It's like I trust you as much or as far as I can throw you. hmm And Marjorie Taylor Greene tries to act all strong and everything like, but yeah, it's like yeah. It's like I would even pick her up. I would even try. It's like the way she talks to black women, the way she like, and that's one reason why, okay, yeah, I'm really gonna go hard now because the way people put down Jasmine Crockett after she defends herself. People see and people want to stereotype black women, but they don't know. We always have to be on defense. We always have to be ready. We always have to be tenfold ready. And so when Jasmine had that quote, oh yeah, no, I still need to buy that shirt too. Yeah, I know it's not as popular. I don't care. I want that shirt. And then oh, there's a one clothing company that I just heard from that one like amazing black news YouTuber guy. I'll put his channel in the description and maybe even the episode too because yeah, you guys need to watch it. But yeah, I plan on getting one of the shirts or one of the sweatshirts and stuff next month. But yeah, it's like, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about black owned company. It's like I keep trying to do it, but then politics and dating nightmares and everything else. So, and then I'm trying to start my own like black owned, disability owned, female owned business and stuff. So, but yeah, it's just crazy. It is because they so many people look down on us. Okay, getting back to the people of color, they look down on us. They want to say so many horrible, despicable things about our community, but then they don't look at the like because they don't want to see they kept whitewashing our history and they don't want to talk about the last 50, 60, 80 years. They just want to keep talking about the slavery. They don't want to talk about when the special Kenny got leaked into the communities. They don't want to talk about, I mean, they'll hint at the segregation, desegregation, but they don't go all in it. They don't want to talk about the sundown towns. They don't want to talk about the after effects of the massacres and the drowned cities and even the economy and job placements. Yeah, they don't want to talk too much about the effects of like after even desegregation. It's like the educational systems within the communities and then even with the college acceptance test. Yeah, they don't want to talk about the ACT, SATs and things like that and how it still hurts the African communities. They don't want to talk about again the whitewashed history of this country and how other countries know more about our last 100 years than we do. They know more about it than we do. It's like I remember I mean like sometimes even talking to my man about our history. And it's like even talking about the Green Book. Like do you know how many people they don't know about the Green Book? Even some black people like they don't know about the Green Book. And they don't know the importance of that Green Book. And how one day it seems like we might have to repeat that. And in some ways, we are repeating it, but actually, Republicans repeated it in a way which is kind of funny. But yeah, they got it from black people. It's like a lot of Republicans, a lot of colonizing white people keep copying off of black people. They copy our culture, our music, our remember the orange man's youngest son. The orange man's youngest son, he got that drink idea from the Hispanic community. hmm They want to drag out the people, but they want to keep the profits of their culture. hmm hmm They want to keep the food, the music, and the different parts of the culture that, beauty, like embodies the beauty of them. But they want to kick them out because they want a white America. Remember that. Remember, like they keep saying that. Listen, like you guys didn't pay attention to those jokes right before the election. So much, and this is why yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm pissed that like almost every group of the people of color community for different reasons, but especially the Hispanic, because it's like he dragged you guys like nobody's business. Even the Somali community, he dragged you. But then so many of you guys still voted for him. And you guys were too busy saying, he's not talking about me. He's not talking about me. Yep. Okay, I mean this with all of the disrespect. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He put you to good use. He said he wasn't going to need your vote anymore after this. And look at what's happening now. He meant it. He said it and he meant it. He meant what he said. He said what he meant. And his actions. Look at his actions. Yeah, that joke about Puerto Rico. And then listen to how, remember how they were dragging about Bad Bunny. They were so mad and they were like, he's not even a citizen. But then look, the white people who performed for the Super Bowl who weren't a citizen, they didn't have a problem with them. They didn't say anything about them. But then they want Kid Rock to perform. That nasty music? Okay. Okay, if you like his music, yeah, then I want to know why in the crap are you listening to this episode? Why are you listening to me if you like his music? Nah, cause not boo boos, nah. But one of the things that hit home so badly, so like to the point where I'm just like, I have no empathy or sympathy for you because I I still have to work so hard to try to get my life together. I have to try to make sure that my American dream does not like turn into a nightmare because they're trying to turn it into one and every like just it, the frustration and the mental health. And then look at the community. Look at so how many men. It's like the red pill garbage and all of these other male YouTubers. Listen to the garbage they are saying. And then look at that website and how many men went on it. They want power and control over women, but they don't see us as human beings. They don't see us as equal. They see us as objects. But that one reason is because of the church. One reason is because of the church. Listen to their sermons, but listen. Listen deeply. Some people are like, oh no, they just say the man's the head and the woman's the Remember, like, yeah, go back, listen to my episodes. There's some where I repeat over and over and over again. But some of the things that they said, it just makes women sound like we are just like, and they already say we're the help, but that they want us to only be the help. They are so upset that more women own homes than men now. That more women are starting their own businesses now. Especially like, oh, the white men, oh, they're stopping us in any and every corner that they can. And they're blaming it on DEI. They're blaming it on reverse racism. When all throughout, they have no excuse. They have no excuse. But they keep wanting to blame us. But when I heard, okay, yeah, I still never got to 2 weeks ago, I heard like they aired this one Republican white man colonizing no good white man talk about we should be so happy, we should be so proud. People are using their credit cards more than ever now. Yeah. And I'm just, okay, let me be the same voice because, oh yeah, we're going to get in more credit card debt. More people are going to have to file for bankruptcy. More people are going to have their houses foreclosed. More people are not going to be able to afford their health insurance and other needs and other necessities. Some people might even starve. Some people won't be able to go to college or get higher education because they can't afford their mortgage and their needs. And then some of the kids who are just now graduating high school, oh yeah, they probably will have to start just, surviving on any and other jobs that they can get just to survive because they won't be able to afford higher education because our country, we won't have higher education for all. And then even when it comes to our health needs, and health insurance. Yeah, it's like, oh, financial experts were telling us how, yeah, it's less expensive if we just have healthcare for all, but capitalism, and they want millions and billions of dollars, and they want to be selfish, and they want to be able to tell somebody who's just about to get their surgery, no, 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 you don't need this. Yeah, no, no, no. Oh, yeah, we don't need you. You've worked a lot. You've worked enough. Whatever. We don't care. It's like, no, no, no. Oh, you passed out on the Amazon floor? Oh, you're about to pass away? Oh, no, we're just going to tell your coworkers to keep going. We're not going to like take the time and help a heartbeat. No, oh, yeah. If we lose you, we'll just hire another. Yeah, we're going to just keep telling everybody have more babies, have more kids so that we can be able to make sure we have enough workers for our business. We don't care about you. We care more about a box and a package than we do your heart, than we do your mind, than we do your body. All lives don't matter. This box matters more than your soul. Mm-hmm. Yup, but black women try to tell you, and this is why when it comes to the people of color and the hate that they kept trying to spew on us, if you don't believe me, look at my Patreon, especially when it comes to the Little Mermaid, and ooh, it's like so many, like, oh, Tinkerbell, and so many of the other times where African American women, oh, especially Mrs. Obama, when they tried to call her a trans person and everything like that. Do you know how many of these no good, stupid, evil, vile, ugly, white, like Republican men try to call me trans just because I would not follow along with what they said, what they did, and the stupidity that came out of their minds and mouths? Do you know how many? Do you know how many? But then they want to say they're not sexist, they're not racist, and everything like that when they don't know the history of trying to call black women men. They don't know, like, and again, Crown Act, Crown Act. Okay, okay. But then you say you have this Republican man bragging that we're spending more on credit cards now. Is he not that bright? He's on TV all the time on all these channels and everything like that. But I'm like, how? He can't be that smart. If people have to spend more on credit cards right now, if people have to spend more on credit cards right now, that's not a good thing. The interest as well. It's like we have interest to get a house. We have interest to get like a car. We have interest to get better employment and get higher minimum wage. We have interest to try to live the American dream. But no, we're too busy having to pay off the interest of these credit cards. That's what we're going to have to pay the interest of. That's what we're going to have to pay the interest of. But this no good, naive imbecile. But remember what the orange man said. Remember what the orange man said at that fancy dinner. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to make sure I'm going to make you as much money. Remember the Congress people who were making tons of money during the tariffs and stuff. And when he kept he would even throw out hints and stuff. Remember those people who were making tons of money, but then all of a sudden they cared. They cared once their child was getting threats. They cared when their kids were being affected by health care. All of a sudden, now they want to switch over. And some of them now they want to switch over when the Epstein files, but they didn't care earlier. They didn't care before when it was hurting their communities, when it was hurting other people, but it wasn't hurting them. It wasn't hurting them personally. They didn't care until it was hurting right in their household, in their family tree. But okay. I'll have more on this, But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Women Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.